Now sound? It's, I swear, every week the sound settings are different what I have to do. Is there sound now? Because I show it in my feedback. Sound? No? Yes? Okay. Like I said, I don't know why that happens. Every week, it's like XSplit changes the settings, and all of a sudden, what was working last week doesn't work this week. So, fun times. As I mentioned to start the show, we are going to have more of a hobby-focused show tonight than we've ever done, other than maybe the night we did the interview with Eric Doty from Loop. And part of it's because there's not a whole lot going on in the NFL right now. We are a week and change away from the draft, and other than some really bad rumors that are floating around, I don't really like to talk about that kind of stuff. I like to stick with the facts, but we have more hobby-centric stuff tonight. As you guys are just jumping on, tonight's box rip is going to be a preview of tomorrow's break. It's the Select Hobby H2. So after I had a massive day at Collector's Corner, I decided I was going to treat everybody, and we're going to rip this for a preview tonight and give some cards away out of it. And like I said, that's going to be kind of our preview to tomorrow's breaks. Now, since some of you guys are on now, if you already saw my tweets from earlier, I had a monster day today. I stopped at Collector's Corner Northwest in Bellevue, and I wasn't really planning on ripping anything. I was just picking up some boxes for some various customers and for some future breaks for next week. So there was a young collector in there, and by young, younger than me. He was, I don't know, late teens, early 20s maybe. Nice kid. And he was over working with one of the employees, JB, and he ripped a pack of Select Football. Because Collector's Corner a lot of times will do single packs. And so he rips this pack open, and sure enough, he hits a Josh Allen patch auto out of 25. And this kid is just elated over this. This is all, I love watching this kind of stuff. And so I'm just watching him enjoy this. I'm soaking it in. And he's on the fence about buying another pack. And I kind of think JB talked him out of it a little bit, because there was a one of one pulled from a loose pack, and they weren't sure if it was from that same box, but that one of one was the auto, so that would mean both autos were gone. So anyway, young collector decides to not take another chance. And so we're all kind of sitting there. It was Johnny and JB from the card shop, and then me and this this young collector, and we're just talking about stuff. And I see that there's 2 full boxes of Select Football sitting there, and I asked Johnny. I was like, "Hey, you know, what can you work me on a box?" So he goes into the back, runs some numbers, and a couple more customers walk in, and he comes back out a few minutes later. He goes, "Well, I can do blah blah blah." All right, let's do it. Pick my box. I'm going to take the bottom one of the 2, bring it over, and we'll get to that in a minute, Taylor. And so I rip it open, and I'm going through it, and I hit some good parallels. Nothing like monstrous right out the gate. Get a little over halfway through the box, and all of a sudden I hit a Justin Herbert silver, and the next card was a die cut Gardner Minshew auto gold out of 10. And young collector that was standing there sees it, and he's like, oh, Washington guy, he's Cougar, and he's like, I like Minshew, and I was like, that's such a cool card. And I'm like, yeah, Minshew's fun. I get a kick out of him. And so I continue on, and I get to the last 2 packs, which were the 2 thick packs, which are going to be the jersey auto and the jersey card. So rip the next one open, and as I'm flipping it back forwards, I catch green along the side of one of the cards that was facing the back, so the hit. And as I'm flipping it over, I looked at John, and I was like, ooh, I see green. And he goes, oh, those are numbered out of 5. Is that the hit? I'm like, oh, yeah. He's like, oh, my gosh. We get down to it. And there was a tie-dye Michael Thomas snapshots that was also in it as well. And then the hit, I roll it out, slowly move it, numbered 1 of 5. Jalen Hurts patch auto, 1 of 5. And I'm just like, oh yeah, and they're holy crap, this box is insane. And Johnny looking at this, and he's just lit on this right now, and this young collector standing next to me is just blown away. And I'm like, yeah, that's cool. It's a cool card, I mean, it's a couple $1,000s, and he's just like, this isn't phasing you at all. And I was just kind of like, well, I mean, I'm not numb to it, but I mean, it's a $2,000 box. I mean, that pays for the box, and it's a great card. And Jalen Hurts has a bright future, and next year the value is going to be bigger. And he's just like, I can't believe you're not just shaking right now. And I'm just like, I've held a lot of big cards in my hand. It's fun. I enjoy it. I mean, it's not my Chase Claypool. And so, rip open the next pack. Sure enough, there's another green of the hit, and it ends up being Anthony McFarland jumbo patched out of 5 as well. So all 3 of my hits were numbered 10 or less. Plus, I had a tie-dye in it. It was just insane. So, look at Johnny. I was like, well, the Jalen Hurts paid for the box, so let's grab the other box. So he brings the other box over, rip that open, start going through it. Overall, it was solid, and JB looks at it, and he goes, man, dude, one of your bad boxes is still considered a pretty good box to some people. I was just like, there wasn't anything monstrous in it. The auto, the patch auto was Austin Eckler, and then I think it was like Joey Bosa maybe for the jersey card, and then the auto was, honestly, I don't even remember off the top of my head. It wasn't anything big, and so we're kind of standing there, and this kid's like, man, if you guys have another box that you're going to pack out, I definitely want a pack out of a fresh box. And he goes, but it looks like you guys are out of select, so, don't worry about it. But if you get more, let me know. And Johnny looks at him and goes, no, I got a whole sealed case in the back. And Johnny looks dead at me, and he goes, oh, shit. Probably shouldn't have told you that. And I'm just like, sealed case. You have my attention. Bring hither. And he starts laughing, and he's like, you sure you're going to do 3 today? I was like, yeah. The Hertz paid for it. I'm good. So he brings out the case, slices it open in front of me, and this is the kid next to me, is still standing next to me, just in awe of these cards. Johnny scoots around the counter and takes pictures of the cards. And this kid's looking at this open case of Select, and he's just like, that's to see. And Johnny's like, pick your box. So I just kind of stare at it, full case. All right, I'm going to do this one. And I grab a box out of it and set it out. Move the case aside. I'm like, all right, this is going to be my last one. Slice it, get into it. First 5 packs, I ended up with, the first pack had a field level Pittman blue out of 75. Then the next pack had a Jalen Hurts silver. The next pack had a Tom Brady club level blue out of 75. And then a Jordan Love silver, I think. It was like 5 straight packs of like pretty dang good cards. And I'm like, holy crap, this box is stacked. 6th pack, rip it open. And I see this on the side. And I'm thinking redemption. I'm thinking auto redemption. And I didn't even think XRC at first. So I get there and I start sliding over like this. And Johnny goes, it's an XRC! Holy crap, holy crap! And I'm like, oh, boom! This is my first XRC I've ever pulled. I've never pulled an XRC out of Select. And so I set it down on the counter, face up like this, so we didn't know what it was. And warning all of your volumes. And so I get through the rest of the pack, and I grab the XRC, and I lift it up like this. I was like, you guys ready? And I slam it down face this side up, and we all see QB1 at the same time, and we all just explode, QB1, oh my god, oh my god. And then Johnny takes a second, looks down at it, and he goes, dude, it's a tie-dye! And I'm just like, what? And I go run over and look at it, because we're like already just awesome. And I see it's tie-dye. I'm just like, holy crap, oh my god. Oh, all 4 of us, Johnny, JB, and this young collector. And I don't want to say his name because obviously I didn't tell him I was going to talk about this on the show tonight. But oh my, it was, yeah, biggest hit of my collecting life. If you guys can see that. Come on. Come on. There we go. XRC tie-dye QB1. Absolute flippin' monster. And yeah. Oh boy. What to do. So that was my day. And then because of that, I was like, let's go all out tonight for tonight's rip and give away some cards out of it. Oh, I'm telling you though, guys, when you hit something that big, it took me 15 minutes at least to breathe right. And so after I left, because I was talking to a number of guys that were coming in and out, because Johnny kept showing everybody, taking pictures, and so when I left, I was thinking to myself, Johnny's got a security camera. I text Johnny, I was like, I need a copy of your security footage from when I pulled that and when I flipped it over. That has to hit social media, because the 4 of us just erupted, and I've got to see it, and that has to be on social media. I have to post that. So he's going to try to slice that out of his security footage and send that to me. But oh my, the rush was massive. And you guys have seen, I have pulled some pretty nice cards through the years. That is insane. I think it was somewhere, the gold or something like that was $30,000 or $40,000. Gold's numbered out of 10. This is a tie dye out of 25. So 20 to 30 ish. Insane. And then Ryan Channels mentioned to me on Twitter today when I posted it that I should consider redeeming it, maybe get his jersey number, grade it, potential gem of his jersey number. I don't know. Somebody comes to me with the right offer, good night. But anyway, so that was my eventful day. Along with that, I got like, I don't know, 150 pops that showed up today to add to the website for the card show. So, got a lot of work to do. Oh man, like I'm burnt out. I'm actually exhausted from the day today. There's a lot of energy that it got expelled today. Anyway, continuing on hobby talk, because we are going to do more hobby talk today than any show we've done, aside from the night that we had the interview with Eric Doty from Loop. So, the next couple of weeks, just so you guys know, is going to be a rather mundane, boring period for product releases. We literally had Prism Basketball and Select Football, which Select Football took over the market from Prism Football, and in fact is pushing Prism Football down in value because of how good Select Football has been this year. And I'm all for it. They knocked it out of the park. The design, the color schemes, the inserts, the hits, the hobby configuration is fantastic. It's loaded. And that was one conversation I had today with another gentleman that came in after I hit that monster. We were talking about a number of things. And I know a lot of people are skeptical about ripping a $1,700 product of cards. And most don't believe that the value is there in Select. But I will tell you this, in terms of hobby boxes, I have watched 100, probably now closer to 200 boxes ripped between myself and other breakers that I've watched. I've only ripped like 8 total, and that's 6 for me and 2 on break night. But I have watched well beyond 150 breaks, or boxes in breaks, I should say. And I've seen very few that would not get close to the marker. Just the amount. But just to clarify, I view things a lot different than most people because I'm a vendor at card shows 2 to 3 times a month. So, in my mind, I think of it in multiple ways. I think grading value. I think big name guys like the Tom Brady parallels, Patrick Mahomes, the rookies, all this kind of stuff, what the graded values could bring, and then what each individual card brings as well. Because a lot of those field levels are $5 to $10 cards, and then you look at the parallels of each one, and I break it all down. In my head, I'm always a running tally of what the cost is of what I'm getting back for what I spent. And as I said, I've only seen a few boxes that didn't at least come close. Honestly, at $1,700 to $1,800 a box, if you can still find it in that range, it's not a bad buy. I mean, you got to remember, we have a very deep quarterback class with the potential for another deep quarterback class with the XRC redemptions. But then you also look at the wide receiver class. You look at the running backs. You look at who signed in the product. You have Tom Brady autographs. You have Aaron Rodgers autographs. You have Russell Wilson autographs. You have Josh Allen autographs. You have Patrick Mahomes autographs. So there's so much value in that product. I don't believe it's going to sit below $2,000 a box for very long. Especially once next football season rolls around. It's going to be hard to get, and it's going to be very chased. So if you can get them now, I would recommend it. I really would. So anyway, back to a very limited amount of releases. We have basically, as far as Panini goes anyways, we're going to talk Panini to start with. We really don't have any more products coming until the 28th. On the 28th, we have Diamond Kings Baseball. And that's it. So, we have very little coming for the next few weeks. Now, in terms of tops, we do have some more product coming because we have Bowman Baseball coming on the 28th as well. So not only do we have Panini Diamond Kings coming, we're going to have Bowman. Now, I'm going to try to get some Diamond Kings to do some breaks because that's always been a fun break for us in the past. And then I'm also going to set up some Bowman breaks as well. I haven't decided if we're going to do hobby or if I'm going to aim for some jumbos, but we will do some Bowman. And then we have on the 30th Chronicles football. And I'm going to try to get some Chronicles football as well. Now this says 2020 Chronicles, and I know we saw a Chronicles draft earlier in the season. This is supposedly the Chronicles for all the NFL uniforms, except for whoever they couldn't get them in, because there's still one guy in Select that has a collegiate uniform on. One of the rookies for the Dolphins. It's his field level. Going to some comments. Did they ever find the guys who stole that box of NT? I can't state anything. Legally, I'm not supposed to. There is some details. We'll just put it that way. I can't say anything right now because it's in the Bellevue Police Department's hands, I was told, and I was told not to discuss any details. So, but hopefully that is worked out here very soon, and Johnny can move forward, and all is good, and the crime the criminal is punished. Retail will water it down, possibly. I don't know if it's going to water it down. It's going to water it down in terms of the base, the non-parallels, but just what I'm seeing from retail, there are a few retail parallels that are in the hobby stuff, but for the most part, a lot of the parallels aren't in the hobby. The zebras that I've seen, and I made a comment that kind of ruffled some feathers yesterday, and honestly I don't give a crap. I didn't like that they put premium parallels within the retail this year because I saw zebras, and zebras are typically reserved for hobby, and people took it out of context and thought I meant Select, period. And I had a bunch of people jump down my throat, and one guy in particular made the comment, you don't think that us bottom feeders are worthy of premium products in retail? And my response to him was, you already complain that you can't get your hands on retail. This is now going to make it worse. And it is. And then somebody else said, how is it bad? Because, all these premium parallels are in retail? And I said two things. You can look at it either way. You're either going to devalue the hobby product, or you're going to create an even worse price gouge for the flippers to scramble around and buy it up, and they're going to sell it, instead of 5 times what they paid, 10 to 20 times. And then the said person responded with, why should there be a difference between hobby and retail besides the number of cards? 30 minutes later, that same person put a link to an an open eBay auction at the time that was for 2 blasters of Select Football. Those 2 blasters were already over $400 on auction. And he posted the link and said, looks like I'm not buying any retail this year. Retail Select this year. So I then copied his tweet, went to his tweet where he asked, or where he told me that the only difference should be the card quantities, and I pasted his tweet in the response to that and said, you just answered your own question. And yeah, that to me sums it up right there. When people complain to complain. And that's where I get frustrated with people. When I have a grief with something, I have a grief with it for a reason. Very little do I actually have a grief with. But my thought on Select retail, which I'm all for Select having a retail line, but not have premium parallels within the product. But again, people wanted to argue with me for the sake of arguing with me, not with any factual intellect behind it, and I got a kick out of it. So it ruffled some feathers. But anyway, so what I've seen, getting back to Dave, what we were just saying, now that I've looked deeper and I've seen more retail opened, it looks like the only zebras so far have all been die cuts. And I haven't seen non-die cut zebras. I'm also not seeing any die cuts in hobby. So it looks like die cuts have become retail, and zebra die cuts are part of retail. So more is going to get opened as things go. I have not even sniffed Select in this area, so I don't know if there's any retail hitting shelves around here at all, or if I'm just missing it. But it's getting scooped up fast. Either way, I mean, blasters are going for $250 to $300 by themselves. Now, the one thing that I will say that is going to carry a lot of value, much like the 1920 Prism basketball set, LeBron James' first year in a Lakers uniform for Prism. 2020 Select Football, Tom Brady's first Buccaneers jersey in Select. Much like how his Prism colors were going for absurd amounts of money, Select colors in his Bucks jersey are skyrocketing. It's kind of absurd how much they're going for. But that's what I'm talking about in terms of value, what you're getting in the product. And that's what's justifying these $1,500, $1,600, $1,700, $1,800, $1,900 boxes. It's just absolutely insane, and yeah, I see value in it. So Bowman, we are going to do some Bowman baseball for as long as it's here for next Wednesday. Same with Diamond Kings, and I'm going to try to get some first off the line Diamond Kings. That's supposed to go live like Wednesday, Thursday? Here, I'll pull it right up. But Diamond Kings is a fun rip. Always has been a fun break for us. We did a lot of that back in the day. So it looks like Diamond King goes live. Tomorrow's Wednesday, so that'd be Thursday morning at 8 a.m. Pacific time, it looks like. So I'm going to try to get some Diamond Kings first off the line for us. And then it looks like we're going to have Crown Royal basketball coming soon, too. Crown Royal first off the line is in 7 days, so that's got to be next Tuesday. Yeah, 6 days and 13 hours. Or maybe next Monday. Yeah. So, I'm going to try to get some of that stuff for the breaks. So we have variety, because I do want to get back into getting some first off the line products for breaks. I am pissed that I missed Honors at the pricing that it was at, because now it's $800-900 a box minimum, and first off the line you could have got for $300-400. I can't get a case of DK, not at any kind of good price. I pre-ordered 3 boxes from Collector's Corner, and I paid under what it's going for right now. Let me see what it's going for now. Diamond Kings Baseball 2021. Okay, it's not bad yet. It's only like $150 a box. Okay, that makes me feel a lot better. I thought it was going to have jumped up significantly more. So then I might be able to get a case. I bought 3 for $100 a box, thinking I'd do like a 3-box break. But if I can get them at a pretty good price, you know, in that range, I'll try to get a 12-box. Yeah, 12 box is a hobby case. So I'll try to get my hands on one of those. But we'll start with the 3-boxer. Yeah, I know. It's all going up, David. We know that. But I'll try to get a case. We'll for sure have the 3-boxer. And we'll do that. And then like I said, I'm gonna do some baseball Bowman. I just gotta decide if I can get a good price on the jumbo or the hobbies. Preferably the jumbo, obviously. And then Chronicles football. We got a little while till... Oh, we've only got a couple more... We only got like 2 weeks until Crown Royal basketball. Oh, I can't wait for Crown Royal. Kaboom hunting? Oh, forget about it. Kabooms are my jam. So, that's kind of where we're at for releases right now. We don't have anything big coming out for a little while. I mean, we have Flawless coming out in a few weeks. I'm not going to rip Flawless. I'm not going to try to ask people to jump into a Flawless break. It's literally a $7,000 case. And I mean briefcase. One briefcase is listed on all the retailers at $7,000. Stupid. Just stupid. $7,000. So, no, we're not going to rip Flawless. I am going to try to get my hands on some Tier 1. I see that's coming up early May as well. Score football, I'm probably not going to do because that is a very base card heavy product. But if I can get my hands on some, I will list it on the website to sell. We've got Prism Baseball coming up second week of May. Impeccable basketball coming up second week of May. Oh, Contenders Draft Picks Collegiate Football second week of May. I am planning on doing some Prism Draft Collegiate Football. And you're all going to provide a cost for me to buy your Trey Lance cards. Thank you very much. Onyx Football, I might. I have not been given a quantity. So I don't even know if I'm getting any. If I'm getting it, yes. But at the moment, I don't know. Yeah. Doesn't say. It doesn't show me as an allocated quantity yet. So for now, it's up in the air. There are going to be some random things. Hopefully I can get some Super Break product. Or not Super Break. Fantasy Break. Hopefully I can get some of those here soon. The next time my wholesaler has some. And then also some Leaf, like Lumber Kings and stuff like that. I'll hopefully have get my hands on some of that stuff as well. We'll also have some TriStar stuff coming up. I did put in for the full-size helmets, the jerseys, the mini helmets. They have 8x10 photo autograph edition. So I'm going to be grabbing some of that stuff too. Whatever I get, we'll try to break. If you guys find top loaders anywhere, don't leave them sitting on the shelf. It is insane right now. I'm looking at card shops, and when you rip in card shops, they are they're using, usually you get supplies when you open stuff and they let you sleeve and top load. Card shops are using second-hand top loaders now. It's crazy. The shortage of top loaders is real. I am so glad that I stopped selling my supplies 3 weeks ago. 4 weeks ago? 3 weeks, yeah, whatever it was. Because breaks were coming up. And I looked at my wife and said, yeah, I better wait, because the last thing that I want to have happen is have no supplies for breaks. And so I don't have a lot, but I have a case of the main things, because I'm just like, I'm not selling these. I get people all the time, they're like, hey, you got any top loaders? You got any sleeves? I'm like, yeah, but no. Because I fly through them now again. Oh, man. How are breaks looking for tomorrow? They're moving. They're actually moving pretty good. Sold a bunch of spots again today. And I can't pull it up because I'm on my camera right now. Fun. Because I didn't pull it up ahead of time. Ed said cases of 60 point are over 200 now. That's insane. I believe it though. I mean, I look at the last 3-4 months. I was bringing a case of regular top loaders to every card show, and I was selling them basically at cost. I was getting them about $3 a pack, and I was selling them at cost to get people to the table, but I was limit 5 per. And I'm looking at it now going, my God, I could have sold those for $5 a pack and people still wouldn't have complained. But again, I wasn't selling them to make money. I was selling supplies to get more attention to the table, which worked. But I still always sold out by 11 o'clock. But it's crazy. But yeah, supplies right now are insane. Like I said, I'm glad I stocked up and stashed them. I literally have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I have 11 cases of supplies sitting right there. Various stuff. Oh, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 sleeves of one touches, all sitting right there that are not going to any card shows going forward because can't afford to sell them. That's kind of messed up. I can't afford to sell supplies. I've never dealt with that before, ever. It's crazy. So yeah, a lot of hobby talk going on right now. That being said, if, and I'll put this out there, I am going to start buying products secondhand from people. So if you happen to be one of the fortunate ones to stumble upon some retail, let me know. We'll work a deal. I need product to break. Talking to Tony the other day yesterday, he happened to, because I made a comment on Twitter that, waiting for Wednesday. Yep, break day, couple days away yet. And he made the comment, he goes, you're going to start breaking more than one day a week. It's going to happen quick. And I literally can't right now, because I don't have a way to get enough product for it. And yes, I'm very thankful for the people who I have been able to get stuff from, because I get very little through any kind of wholesale allocation. Most of the good stuff is I get zero. I get allocated out. But we're working on that, and I am going to be buying some aftermarket price stuff to get some of my spend up a little bit higher. The issue isn't having the money to spend. The issue is getting the opportunity to spend. So, but again, guys like Collector's Corner, Brian's Card Shop down in Puyallup, DJs in Renton, always willing to work with me on stuff. So right now, it's not that I can't get stuff, it's at what price. Because I'm also not trying to get everybody to, cut their profits off just to give me product to break at virtually cost. It's a balance is what I'm trying to do. And the more product I can get, the faster I could get to breaking more than one day a week, which is then going to turn into needing to have somebody come and do sorting and shipping and all that kind of stuff. I've already been talking to my wife about having to hire at least one person once the studio's built, potentially a second, and then also going to have to hire somebody for the card side. I'm just talking about for the show, and then having to hire somebody for the break side. But we'll see as it goes. I'd had to buy rookie top loaders last time because they didn't have normal ones. Yeah, the oddball ones are what you're finding now. The black board or the green board or the gray board. All these various colored top loaders and the rookie top loaders and all this other stuff. It's about the only thing you can find nowadays. But we are definitely in a bizarre point in the sports card world. That is for damn sure. And I'm here for it. I'm here for the ride. I mean, you guys know it. I'm not going anywhere. And I'm kind of enjoying adapting and moving forward. It's kind of fun. For a while, I kind of was that curmudgeon that wanted things to be the way they were in 2016. And in 2016, I wanted it to be the way they were in 2012. And in 2012, I wanted it to be the way it was in 2005. And in 2005, I wanted it to be the way it was in 1996. And now, I kind of want to know what it's going to be in 2025. I'm kind of looking forward to the evolution of collecting and whether or not things like NFTs, Top Shot, the new Tops NFT thing that they just came out with. I guess they launched today. I wasn't paying attention. I was a little preoccupied with said monster today, so I wasn't paying attention to Tops. I really wasn't paying attention to online really at all today. But I'm kind of curious how the NFT thing's gonna go. If that's here to stay. If it's a fad. If the values are going to hold up long term. Because you get a lot of these Gen 1 NFTs, these Gen 1 Top Shots. Let's say in 2 years, the standard print runs are 125K per moment. Well, right now we're in the 35s, the 35,000s. So does that make everything below an LE and really hard to buy or really high priced? I mean, that's what I'm really curious how this is going to go. I am doing the Top Shot thing. I buy. I've only sold one moment. I haven't really been motivated to sell. I sold one moment that paid for literally everything I'd done so far. And now since then I've bought like 2 packs, maybe 3 at $9 or $14. So I mean, really I'm only $30 into it maybe. I quit complaining too much about the high prices of the hobby, and I'm learning to embrace my lane of the hobby. Still extremely happy with where I'm at and the people I interact with. Boom! Dave, mic drop. Exactly. That is perfect. Find out what you're comfortable with. Do that, and you'll be happy with it. And you can still find ways to make it lucrative if that's one of your goals. As I told somebody yesterday who kind of jumped on me with my tweet about not liking what they did with Select Retail. This particular weird account, we'll call it, called me greedy and an elitist and insinuated some other negative things about me. And basically he said that I'm trying to monopolize the market by buying stuff that nobody else can buy so that I can charge more for it. And I'm just like, no, you know what? I only buy what my sales allow me to buy. And that's how I've adapted in this higher priced world. The singles that I sell, a lot of the stuff that I sell has increased in value. And therefore, it affords me the opportunity to buy some more of these products. In no way, shape, or form do I spend more percentage-wise than I did back then. I spend more dollar-wise because products cost more. But if you look at the amount of products I buy, I probably actually buy less overall product today than I did 5 years ago. And I buy less because I can afford less, but I spend more because I can afford more dollars because of the sales that I have, going to card shows, having my website, all that kind of stuff. Money comes in, money goes right back out. It's just like with the brakes. All the money that comes in for brakes goes right back out for the next round of brakes. And that's because I'm not doing them at insane profit levels. I'm doing them at most make $50, but I'm also, either at or below what market value for the brake cost versus what the box cost is. So, I mean, I talked to many people about this, and they were just like, "Oh, braking's got to be good money." Probably is for the guys who are charging $2,200 for a box of Select brakes that they paid $250 for, and probably those same guys that pay $1,200 for a box of it from whatever source they have. But that's not what I'm doing. I'm enjoying being back to it, and yeah, I'll get back in the future multiple days, probably buying more secondary market products, so the prices are going to be a little bit more down the road, but they'll still be competitive, that kind of stuff. But I'm not in it to get rich. I like card shows. I like BSing with people. I like having my show. I like doing that kind of stuff. Braking is just another way for me to bullshit with people. It's what I like to do. I like to be surrounded with sports 24/7. I like to have it all just wrapped around me, engulfed in sports, whether it's sports cards, hobby talk, whether it's talking NFL, whether it's talking NBA, Mariners, MLB, NBA. I don't care. I love sports. So, anyway, welcome to my TED Talk. Hey, guess what? So I had a poll on Twitter, and I asked which second-year quarterback will have a better 2021 season, and I meant personal stats, not team success, and it was between Joe Burrow, Tua, Justin Herbert, and Jalen Hurts. Obviously, the four guys who are entrenched starters, and it ended up 42% for Burrow and Herbert. Dead even. Interesting. David Miller says, "You've never been greedy on pricing, and that's one of the many things I appreciate you, brother." Well, I appreciate you saying that, David. That's never been my goal. I worked it out a long time ago when I was running case breaks, full cases, back in the day. If I made $50 on a case break, like profit, I was good with that. $50 okay, I want you to understand this. Think about this mentality in today's hobby. $50 for a case. Profit $50 for one case. So 12 boxes, 16 boxes, whatever. $50. That's it. You look at today's prices, you can profit $50 almost off of a pack. That is the major difference. But that was my goal. $50 for an entire case. Profit $50. That's after supplies and shipping and fees and all that kind of stuff. $50. Okay? That was 5 years ago. 5 years ago, if I profited $50 off of an entire case of product, I was happy. Now, if I could get a full case of product and run a break that profits me $50, I'd still be happy. but I ain't getting a case of product. Not anything like Select. I would never do a case. Man, I'm watching people do case breaks. Full Select hobby case breaks. Random team. $800 for a spot. One spot. $800. Okay? $800. And they do 33 spots because they do the XRCs as one spot. So, 800 times 33. One case divided by 12 boxes. That is their cost per box for that break that they're charging. No bueno. Random Division 17 Spectra case rip. Traded the damn AFC West to chase my boy Darbo. That was a fun rip. Man, those 16, 17, and 18 products, if we had the foresight, unbelievable. NT case spots were going for $1,700 last week. No thanks. I can't justify it. And I can't justify expecting my friends and customers to spend that level. And I'm not disparaging any of the breakers that are filling breaks, because I'm watching many breakers fill, and fill quickly at those prices. And I'm not saying anything negative about any of them, because several of them, I'm friends with quite a few different breakers. But my God, that's, talk about your epic level risk reward. A lot of you guys are in breaks with different breakers. I've seen you guys in different break rooms. And I guarantee some of you guys are probably sitting with your jaws on the table going, what the F? Craziness. High risk for sure. Oh man, Immaculate Collegiate hit drafts. If I get Immaculate Collegiate of anything this year, I'm doing hit drafts. I'm going to try to bring back my Master Box challenges. Museum did 3 boxes per this year, so it'd be a head-to-head matchup. And then Absolute did 2 boxes this year, so I couldn't do it. But anything that does 3 boxes or more, 3 or 4 boxes or packs that has a guaranteed hit per box or pack, I'm going to do some of those Master Box challenges. And, oh, shit's going to get real quick. Those things, man, I loved doing Master Box challenges. When we used to run those at the card shop, just sitting around a table with several of us, oh my God, some of the stuff that we pulled, because it's got some risk, but not really. It's all reward, because you don't lose anything. You just have the ability to win the extra spot. And I am looking forward to running some of those. So that is going to be big on the docket for when some of those products come out again. So expect to be seeing those. If I can get an entire Wednesday filled of just Master Box challenges, I'm freaking doing it. I will run 15 of those in a night. I don't care. Those are fun. Those are so much fun. Yeah. Game on. Game on. Okay. All right. We've literally sat here and talked sports cards for an hour. And this is not supposed to be a hobby show. This is meant to be a football show, but flush the format tonight. It's episode 31. Flush the format. We're talking hobby tonight. So, anyway, talk a little football before we get to our box rip. And just for anybody that just joined, we are going to rip Select H2 tonight. That's going to be our box rip. Going to give away a few cards out of it. Football. Okay, so we did have some things happen. Number one, we had another pro day, Trey Lance. We also had pro day, Justin Fields. Trey Lance and Justin Fields both looked spectacular. And Justin Fields showed me Niners are taking him. It's happening. Niners are going to take Justin Fields. I'm not going to say anything else for where anybody else is going to go because you guys are going to have to read my mock draft. I will have my mock draft published on the website by the end of the week. But just so you know, Justin Fields is my number 3 pick. Next Tuesday, we're going to have Dean and Mark on. We're going to do a 1-round mock draft where we take turns making a pick for the team that we're assigned and then explain why. I do believe that, David. Thank you for saying that, actually. I think Tua is going to have a big year. I think they're going to draft very well for him. He's already got Will Fuller. And they have 2 first-round picks. And honestly, I could see Jamar Chase being available. And then they pick again at 18, where they could go offensive lineman. Obviously, they're not going to get Penny Sewell. So wait until 18, and the second tier of offensive tackles are all really good. So I could see Tua having a very successful year this year, absolutely. So yes, we have the NFL draft in a week and some change. That's coming up. No more pro days. I don't think they're allowed to the week before the draft. I think it had to been done by tomorrow, and there was no more scheduled. There were some things, some breaking developments that happened that I do want to touch on. I know we had recently the Seahawks had signed Aldon Smith, and apparently there was a warrant out for his arrest. Seahawks, I have not seen a statement from them, but I can only imagine that if this is legit, this is going to be his last chance, I would say, which is unfortunate. Very talented. And the Seahawks could definitely use him. Mike Tomlin extended 3 more years on his contract, which was great to see because I'm a big Mike Tomlin fan. Players coach, the players love him, and I would love to see him spend another 20 years there. He's been there. By the time he's done, by the time this contract is done through 2024, he will have been with the Steelers for 20 years? No, 15 years, I think. Because he came in 08, 07, 06. Because he came after Cowher retired after Super Bowl 40. So yeah, 06. So yeah, he'll have been there 18 years at that point. And he's still young. He was one of the youngest. He was the youngest head coach in the NFL for several years. So he could easily put in another 20, 30 years. That would make sense. Seahawks said they're aware and awaiting details. That would make sense. Don't jump to conclusions over. There's no need to right now. Oh, let's see. What else has happened? More mock drafts, more mock drafts, more mock drafts. Looks like the Bills are potentially going to sign Josh Allen to a big contract, but they're going to wait until after the draft to decide on what's going to do with him and Edmonds. yeah, outside of that, there's not a lot going on in the NFL right now. Sorry, mouth is dry. All right, you know what? We're gonna get over to ripping a box because this thing is literally just staring at me, and it's starting to drive me crazy. I need to get all the other boxes set out here. It is warm. Oh my god. So warm. So warm. Okay. Brake cam. Okay. The mock draft, the live mock draft, yes, will be next Tuesday. Mark and Dean are going to join me next Tuesday. I mentioned earlier I had some stuff happen on the personal side Friday that kind of took me away from being able to work on it Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So I'm getting with the guys after the card show this weekend, because the card show this weekend is a 2-day card show. So between Thursday and Friday, I'm going to be working with the guys. Uh-oh. I think I got a bloody nose. Hang on. Be right back, guys. That was weird. Babe. You said it's not muted? I don't know why I can't get it to mute. It's been doing that. That's fine. I didn't say anything bad anyways. But damn, that came out of on like a ton of bricks. Holy crap. I kind of had it hit earlier and it wasn't that bad and it was over and done. And then throughout the show I just kind of felt like I had a little bit of a runny nose. And then all of a sudden just boom, just hit. Whew. And of course I go running out to the living room. My wife's shoes right in front of the hallway. I stepped on them, damn near rolled my ankle. I'm like, shit. Oh man. Anyway, now that I have a big old Kleenex stuffed up my nose right now, and I probably sound like I'm congested. Okay. Yeah, and I don't know why my mute's not working all of a sudden. Usually when I switch over to my start scene or be right back scene, it automatically mutes it. Now, again, all settings are all jacked up every time I shut this thing off. Yeah, I would love to hit a LaMelo RPA. That'd be awesome. Alright, switching over to the brake cam. Alright, so our preview tonight is 2020 Select Football Hobby Hybrid, or as they call it, the H2. These are 6 cards per pack, 4 packs per box, so significantly smaller than a hobby box. These are the ones that have the disco prisms, and there's no guaranteed autos per box. It's roughly 2 autos in a case. So, scoot my chair up a little bit more. I need to move my thing there. Alright, so 2020 Select Football Hobby Hybrid. And in this, the lower number parallels are aplenty. Alright, starting it off, TJ Watt, rookie, Marlon Davidson for the Falcons. There we go. Jonathan Taylor, Concourse rookie. And our first parallel for the Jets, field level, Michael Vick, blue, numbered out of 25. Focus. 15 of 25. Michael Vick, blue disco. It's actually really freaking cool. Justin Jefferson. This is premier level. And a Jacob Eason, silver premier level. So these discos are in the H2s. So this is what we're ripping tomorrow night. Stafford Concourse, Bradley Chubb Concourse, and we get our first club level of the box, Jameis Winston, famous Jameis, and we get a red bubbles Ed Reed. So going with another retired player, Ed Reed, red disco, numbered out of 49. So what we had in the hobby boxes, if I can get that to focus, geez. So a lot of what we saw in the hobby box were higher numbered parallels. but we got a plenty. Now we get a lower amount and lower numbered. John Elway Premier and Emmanuel Sanders Premier. So we got 2 more packs. I would agree, David. Dolphins, Austin Jackson rookie. And I think I put these in the wrong pile. I did. These were supposed to go with the TJ Watt. Alright. Jake Fromm, rookie. Christian McCaffrey. And here's another disco. This is another field level, guys. Field level. Disco. Henry Ruggs. Field level. Disco. Not numbered. Just the base disco. But pretty cool. Jason Huntley, rookie. And then, boom! Jonathan Taylor, club level, silver. Right on. That is awesome. Oop. Fell face down. And our last pack. A.J. Dillon starting off. Not a bad way to start. Larry the Immortal Fitzgerald. Emmitt Smith, club level. Alright, guys. This looks like it could be Dolphins colors. Disco. Nope. Jaguars. Luton. Jake Luton. And then a CeeDee Lamb. And then a field level Antonio Gibson ending it out. So not a bad way to end it. The Luton was a little meh, but overall, not a bad break. It's not horrible. So especially when you're talking about, 2 of your cards out of that box numbered under 40 or 49 or less, plus a handful of rookie silvers. Jonathan Taylor silver, Ruggs field level, disco, Eason silver, and then Jefferson and Taylor base. Yeah, that's a pretty solid box overall. All right, so then the question becomes, what do I give away? What do I give away? What do I give away? Well, first of all, I'm going to sleeve, because these need to have protection. Gotta have protection. I would agree. Gibson, very solid. Okay, so let's give away I have an idea. We're going to give away the field level Antonio Gibson. That's a good place to start. I wish, Tony. Unfortunately, no. I do not have any more sleeves to sell, or top loaders to sell. The little bit that I have left, I gotta save for breaking. Otherwise, I'm not gonna have any top loaders to use for breaks. The other card I'm gonna give away, Jacob Eason, Premier level silver. Okay. So these are the two we're giving away tonight. Eason and Gibson. Oh, soft sleeves. You're talking just penny sleeves? Yeah, I'll probably have some of those. But I won't have them no limit. I probably won't even have a full case. I want to say I've only got a half case. I think I've only got a half case that's not set aside for breaking. But, yes, I'll have some. So yeah, that's what we're going to do tonight. I'm going to top load these real quick. So yeah, Eason, Premier Silver, and Antonio Gibson, Field Level. While I'm top loading these. Well, let's get you guys a way to sign up. So just, you know what, we'll just do the old faithful. Type me in the chat. And I'll start adding you to the randomizer. If you lose me on sound for a second, fear not, I will return. Holy. Oh, hang on, guys. Oh. Ooh, that was loud. Ooh. No bueno. I don't like that. Oof. I don't know if that was loud for you guys too, but hang on, because it might happen again. That's brutal. I don't know if it's because I switched to it or what the hell happened, but that sucked. Alright. Type me in the chat if you want into the randomizer for winning. Alright. Don. David Miller. Oh, David. David, well, that's kind of what it sounds like when I'm talking right now, because I got stuff stuffed in my nose to keep it from bleeding. Shane, Jordan, Tony, Taylor, Albert. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Does this sound weird to you guys, or does it actually sound okay? It sounds really weird to me ever since I changed over to this screen. I no like it. Oh, come on. Dice roller. Okay. As long as it's good with you guys. Alright, so we're going to roll the dice, and we're going to randomize the list 6 times. Yeah, it's got a really bad, weird feedback. Alright, so there's our list. We're going to give it another couple of seconds if anybody else wants in to the random tonight. So when we do the list, number 1 is going to win the Eason And number 2 is going to win the Antonio Gibson field level. Those are going to be the 2 giveaways tonight. Alright, we're going to run it. We got 7 people in. We got 7 people in the room. Perfect. 1. Randomizing 6 times. Good luck, everybody. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Boom. Shane taking the 1 hole. Albert in the 2 spot. Shane, congratulations on the Jacob Eason. Albert, congratulations on the Antonio Gibson. Let me grab... That's the win, and that's the winners 6 times. Congrats. That sounds way better on my end. Holy crap. I don't know what the heck was going on, but it was like stupid loud in my ear. So we're going to be done a little bit early tonight, just because we don't have a lot of stuff going on right now. We do have break night going tomorrow night, so make sure if you're not in that you get in. We have plenty of spots open still. They are filling up. Last I checked, we were doing pretty good on spot count. Let me actually see if I can pull it up. I just got to minimize everything for a second. Un momento, por favor. Okay, so it looks like we're about 2/3 full on Select H2. We're a third full on Tick Tenders. Almost a third full on Chrome Update, Origins, and number 1 and 2. So we're chugging along quite nicely, actually. So, yeah, we got a lot of people who were in last week who haven't bought in yet. I think a lot of people are waiting until the last day again. I'd like to get it so that these are filling up a couple of days in advance. But I know a lot of people don't like money being tied up that long, which is fine. I have no problems with that. But then they tend to forget on break day. So I'll be reminding everybody tonight and tomorrow to get in. And then hopefully the plan is that these are sold out or close to, and we're just going to burn through them. I'm going to try to. The problem is getting it at a reasonable price, and if I can get it for $1,600-$1,700 a box, yeah, the cheaper the better. I honestly don't even really want to pay that much, because, you know, that's still $60-something a box, or spot. 60 times 30, so that's $1,800. So if I paid $1,600, it's about $200 to ship everything. So I mean, yeah, I'd really, in order to do it at $60 a spot, I would have to be at, like, I'd have to find it somewhere where they'd sell to me for around $1,400 a box. So yes, my goal, yes. I'm gonna try to get my hands on I'm gonna try to get my hands on a box of Fast Break Prism, and if I can, then I'll probably do that break. Yeah, go ahead, David. We got plenty of spots. Like I said, we're about almost a third full on both of those. I think we're 1 spot shy. So those are always a good one. Origins is always a good break to be in. All the product is sitting here just waiting to rip tomorrow. So if you got friends that want to get in, shoot them over. Let's do it. Let's fill them. Let's break. We got some of the guys from Collector's Corner are going to be in the break as well. They're in the select football break, JB and Brian. And yeah, we've actually got more local participation now in the last 2 weeks than I ever had in the entire time I was breaking over almost 3 years, which is really cool to see. A lot more locals. And I definitely want to thank everybody for promoting this and spreading the word. And let's get these filled, and let's have some fun tomorrow. Let's hopefully pull another big monster or two. Let's cross our fingers that the case this one came out of, that this has one of the autos in it. The top's chrome, update sapphire, an auto per box, and one parallel per box. Origins has a auto and a jersey card per box. Excuse me, 2 autographs or memorabilia cards per box. So yeah, an auto and a memorabilia card. So with the potential for on-card autographs. So let's get these filled, and let's have a good time tomorrow night. So thank you everybody for joining me tonight. We are cutting the show off a little bit early tonight. Next week, though, is going to be a very big show with both Mark and Dean. We're going to do our 1-round mock draft. So be prepared for some in-depth breakdown with both of these guys being on the show at the same time. 32 picks. We're going through all. It's going to be a lot of fun. Going to have a box break to end it like usual, do some giveaways, and yeah, moving forward. And then Thursday, don't forget, I will have the next round of breaks listed on the website Thursday. And then if you're in the area, Saturday, Sunday, this weekend, Auburn Outlet Mall, Twin Oaks Card Show, Saturday and Sunday, 2-day event this time. Going to be a monstrous show, 70 plus tables each day. I'll be there both days. We're going to have a lot. I got a massive Funko order in today. I got some great stuff. I've got J.J. Watts. I've got Aaron Judge. I've got the not newest Michael Jordans, but I got another set of Michael Jordans, this time in his Bulls uniform. I got a lot of stuff. Vladdy. I got Vladdy Jr., by the way. Yeah, there was some good stuff. Oh, and one of the ones, I've got to bring this up. I loved the Major League movie back in the day. And I still think it's a fantastic movie. I got the Jake Taylor. So those are going to be at the card show as well. Lot of fun. Lots of fun. So we're going to have a lot of pops. A lot of cards. A lot of what I pulled today is going to be at the card show. So if you guys want to see, stuff like this that I landed today, it's going to be at the card show today, or this weekend. So make sure you guys hop out to the Auburn Outlet Collection Saturday or Sunday. And it's going to be a lot of fun. David, I would definitely recommend coming up for the show sometime. It's worth it. Better see some trades for the mock draft. Potentially, David. So we do have some rules, and I'm going to cover this since I've got a little bit of time, obviously, because we're going to shut down early tonight. We do have a rule for our mock draft. You cannot trade with yourself. So we're going to be, the three of us are going to be in order. I'm going to randomize it for what the order is going to be, and then we're going to draft in that order. If you want to make a trade, you have to trade with somebody else. So if you had Washington and Carolina, you couldn't trade the picks. You'd have to present a trade to said person with the other pick or with another team and make that trade. So it's going to be kind of fun, and that makes it so that there's no, oh yeah, Washington's trading up with Carolina and they're adding a third rounder and they're swapping picks. Yeah, that's not likely going to happen. So any trades that take place would have to be realistic trades. So it's going to be a lot of fun. It's going to take a lot of work between Mark and Dean and I, but I think the result is going to be very well worth it. So, anyway, anybody that's going to be at the card show this weekend, it's going to be big. It's going to be a lot of fun. I expect a great turnout. So, other than that, for everybody that's going to be on tomorrow night, I'll see you guys tomorrow night. For anybody not in the breaks, I will see you next weekend. And stay safe out there, everybody.